Can I recommend Hellosystem release candidate 0.4.0 for the average computer user? Let's dive in and find out. To begin, acquiring the ISO was simple enough. However, like other alternative operating systems, there isn't an explanation for the average user trying an alternative operating system for the first time. Just like comic books, I firmly believe that every alternative OS not targeting the intermediate user should take the stance of being someone's first alternative OS and clearly display pertinent information such as how to create installation media on their download page. This might seem like extra noise for the graybeard users out there, but for someone experiencing this for the first time, it can be daunting. It isn't hand-holding to someone up to just now looking at your OS has only used the operating system that came pre-installed on their computer that this is essential information. I would like to say installation went easily, however I found myself struggling to find a system with enough compatibility to give Hellosystem a good shake. VirtualBox would not allow me to change the screen resolution from 1024 by 768. The VirtualBox guest editions appeared to already be installed. However, even with instructions to get it to work for FreeBSD, I could not get screen resolution to change. That could be my own inexperience with FreeBSD, so I thought I would try my Lenovo Yoga 720 and capture the screen. Here I encountered hardware compatibility issues. The keyboard worked, but the Synaptic pad did not. After plugging in an external mouse, I found FreeBSD did not recognize the wireless NIC as well. I suspected, and was correct, the touchscreen and the Active Pen 2 also did not work. Moving on, still wanting to give Hellosystem a fair chance, I thought perhaps an older Lenovo laptop would have the hardware compatibility I was looking for. I acquired a water-damaged Lenovo ThinkPad T440p with a dead keyboard. After replacing the keyboard and testing in KDE Neon, I knew the hardware was entirely functional and moved on to installing Hellosystem. I had a little bit of trouble capturing the screen. The mini DisplayPort out worked, however I couldn't find a way to set the display to duplicate. So through a bit of editing, I'll do my best to share the experience of what it's actually like starting for the first time. Hellosystem did indeed see all my hardware, and it mostly worked. More on that in a bit. Installing Hellosystem is simple enough. Open Utilities and open Install FreeBSD to open the installation application. I couldn't double-click on the icon for whatever reason, but double-clicking on the text worked fine. Installation went fairly quickly. After first boot, which takes several minutes, and setting the screen so you can see what I'm looking at in the screen capture, I thought I'd check the pre-installed applications. In poking around, I found that a basic text editor, the terminal, file manager, and an ebook reader were all that were pre-installed. The rest that I tried required to be installed by download. Unfortunately, while the Wi-Fi menu application could scan for networks, it could not connect to them. When opening the application, if you scroll down a little, it tells you as much. Again, this is all very beta development. I can't hold it against them for being in development. However, things like that would lead me to criticize the release candidate status. Ultimately, I had to connect the T440p to Ethernet in order to download applications that otherwise appeared to be installed on the system, which would be confusing to the average computer user. Updating applications, I had to check what the correct package manager was for FreeBSD. They seem to have saved themselves from splitting hairs between distributions, and PKG works as expected. The average computer user at this point, I suspect, would expect a graphical app store, something ingrained by mobile devices and its adoption in Windows 10 and Mac OS. This might be a sticking point for many average computer users. For someone looking to breathe life into an older Intel iMac or MacBook, this might look like an enticing option, as it doesn't diverge too far from the Apple design standards, particularly if you consider the OS X look from 2002 to 2007. Functionally, say what you will about the monolithic Linux kernel, FreeBSD does not have consumer hardware support to make this a daily driver outside of specific use cases with a fair amount of research, trial, and error to assemble a working machine. On Linux, it has been nearly a decade since the last time I've needed to install a Wi-Fi driver, and I just can't say I've ever had an issue with a touchpad not functioning. Issues finding FreeBSD compatible hardware is too much of a hang-up for me to recommend this for the average computer user. Ultimately, I would say Hellosystem is for the FreeBSD enthusiast who has fond memories of Mac OS X Jaguar, Tiger, or Leopard. Really not for the average computer user. What do you think of my assessment? Thumbs up if you agree, down if you don't, and please subscribe if you'd like to hear more from me. Thank you for watching.